All right, guys, welcome to the Unfiltered podcast. Today we have two amazing guests with us, and we're gonna have a great show. Let's get it.
With Eric and Ange.
Hey guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us today. But shout out to oh, my bad. All right, guys, I want to start off by saying that we do have a brand new soundboard. We've been talking about it for a while, so really, if you guys see me playing with it throughout the show, it's because I'm getting used to it. We have two amazing guests today. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. We'll start off with the lady. Can you give us your name, age, and your relationship status?
My name is Shakira. I'm 18 years old, and I am currently in a relationship.
Okay.
My name is Josh Pelton. I am 24 years old, and I'm currently single.
All right. Guys, you already know me. I'm Eric, and this is Ange. I want to start off by saying that, bro, have you ever seen Tarzan?
Yeah.
Do you ever get like...
I get like Matthew McConaughey, Tarzan.
Damn, Matthew McConaughey. That's what it was.
Wow, that's crazy. I know him because he's a big Washington Commander fan.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Yeah,
So.
and then I get, what else do I get? Who's the guy from Nickelback? People say that shit too.
I forgot his
Chad
name.
Kroger or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy, man. Yeah, you...
They went in on me for TikTok.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. So, guys, if you saw the thumbnail, today we're talking about relationships. And by the way, let's start off with that. Are you heartbroken or are you out here breaking hearts?
I was heartbroken for like a couple weeks maybe, and then I didn't leave my house for like 48 hours because when you truly love somebody, it hits different.
Yeah.
Wait, it only took 48 hours?
No, I didn't leave my house for 48 hours. I didn't
Oh,
walk out my
He said
front
it
I was
took
like,
a
I thought the heartbreak was only 48 hours.
he said it took a couple weeks.
No, yeah, a couple
Yeah.
weeks at least to kind of just start to feel like myself again, and
Yeah.
then it's one of those things where it's like it comes back around, but it's not my first rodeo with all that, so it is what it is, and
So is a villain born now? Because that's usually when a villain is born.
I mean, you could say he was born when I was 4 years old, but if I don't trust a man without a dark side, so it's like it is what it is, and I think everybody has that side to him. Everybody can go there, and if you can't, then like you just ain't seen enough, I guess. But
I feel like it's dormant for everybody, but once it's activated, after a lot of girls will say that, oh, a guy's an asshole or toxic. Have you been labeled that yet?
yeah, they call me everything, misogynistic, toxic, whatever. But it's like all I know is women in my real life that are not seeing me through the internet or Instagram or social media, judging me off of dating some reality TV star or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lot different.
Wait, your
It's always
reality
different.
TV star?
No. I dated somebody who was.
You dated someone?
That's
Okay.
Yeah, you're
All
going.
right. All right. All the ladies that are watching this, be careful. All right. Don't put in his DMs. All right. So, Ange.
Yeah, I want to know what happened. Are you comfortable to talk about what made you get labeled a misogynist or?
Yeah, I mean, I
fuckboy?
posted a fuckboy. I posted a TikTok actually before dating her or anything. I posted a TikTok like a year and a half ago, and that blew up and got like somewhere around 70 million combined views, and was on
shit.
around all these OGBYNs or whatever, talking about me not getting none and all this stuff. Who's this guy? I had him going to my Facebook, looking up who my family was, telling everybody, oh, like your son ain't shit, your brother ain't shit, like we're gonna kill him, blah 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 blah, whatever.
Jeez.
All this stuff, right? So like I've dealt with that on a bigger scale than just whatever that was with her. So I've been there and kind of done that, and I've seen that negative side of people. It's like you got all this negativity coming towards you, and just for kind of making a joke, and people are so insecure in this day and age. They're so soft, they're so weak that it's like they ain't ever their biggest worst day is stubbing their toe on the couch, and it's all of a sudden a big deal to them, but they ain't ever seen no real shit happen,
Right.
And then everything to them, some guy on TikTok, and if I wasn't half as good as looking as I am, it would have never blew up. It would have never blew up. If I was fat and ugly, what I'm saying, it would have never fucking blew up. It would have never happened. It was because a lot of people felt real insecure after I posted that shit.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good guess.
I like him already.
He came unfiltered, so if y'all don't have your
Yeah.
panties on tight, make sure you grip that shit real good. wait. So I understand you're saying, but this is real surface. I want to understand, like, what are we referring to? Because for everyone who don't know what the story is, you gotta rename the character if you need to.
And by the way, before you start, she is really popular on TikTok as well for being people come at her too. So
for what? No, I gotta know.
We'll go back and forth, but trust me, she's probably
she goes in like a tax man.
She's up there too. But so yeah, do you want to tell us what happened?
So with the TikTok,
yeah.
So the TikTok was a sound that was the sound that goes like, bitch, you gonna step on my cowgirl boots, or you bitch, you gonna step on my shoes with them motherfucking cowgirl boots, bitch, disgusting. And I had lipped that, and I put in caption on the top, I said when her, and I put the cat emoji, smells like anything but water. So so you know what I'm saying, and a lot of people with their pH balance off decided to comment on that and share that, and then all these OGBYNs were like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But I'm like, how come all my girlfriends smell like water then 90% of the time? I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all got something going on. You know, you need to figure it out. That ain't my job, that's yours. Take care of yourself, get a better diet, get some better hygiene, you know. So you know, and a lot of people took that to heart, and it's like, if the shoe fits, wear it, you know. It's like, your pussy gonna stink after you do a workout, or if you're on your period, okay, cool, it's not gonna smell great every second of every day. My balls gonna stink after a workout too, cool, whatever. But it's like come on, man, like it's just a soft and weakened generation, and they see somebody and they go, oh, this guy's this guy's that, and they just have nothing better to do, and it's probably some chick who doesn't know what color she wants her hair today, you know. And it's just like, come on, you know. So it's just it's crazy, you know. It's crazy, and it is what it is. That's the world we live in.
I think we need to do a paternity test. I think we might be related.
Yeah, you guys sound exactly
why.
The same.
Like I said the same thing about voting rights. I was like, why do you get voting rights when you don't even know what color you want to dye your hair next week?
That's crazy.
Don't fucking
that's hilarious.
Like, what the fuck? I was like, no, thank you. So would you say that the internet, is it just TikTok or the internet in general, that they're very sensitive towards what you say?
I mean, TikTok is like a conglomerate of 13-year-olds, right? It's like it's a bunch of, and then it's a bunch of 45-year-olds that want to be 13 again, and it's just like it's really weird. And if you're not pushing the narrative that TikTok wants, especially in America, because it's different apparently over.
What's the narrative that you know? Because if you know it, then I want to hear.
I mean, the narrative I see on a lot of social media is just censoring the opposition, censoring what they say is the unpopular opinion, but really it's the popular opinion. Really, it's that you know, that vocal minority that comes after people like me that are really just speaking the truth. And since people don't want to really actually be that man or be that woman, be that king, be that queen, they just lower their standards of themselves, accept mediocrity, and then they go, oh no, it's because I don't want it. I don't want the fast cars. I don't want the great body. I don't want the women. I don't want, you know. And it's like, no, you want it. You just don't want to admit you want it. You want to lower your standards, acting like you don't want it. So then you can say, and that's your fail safe, oh, I didn't ever want it. Bullshit. You just didn't want to work for it.
Did he stutter?
No.
Did you breathe?
Guys,
goddamn. He came with the smokes. This is the guest y'all was waiting for, because I have been tired of play pimping on this goddamn show. Good shit. Good shit. Take a take a sip of water after that, because he did not stutter.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'll say this. You mentioned that they went after your family though.
Yeah.
How do they find your family through TikTok?
Yeah. So I actually thought about doing it before I even came on here, but they go to my Facebook, they go look up who I am, and then they see in like my family links or whatever, and they go after all my people. It's funny. I had a friend who, like, since middle school, we call each other brother and sister or whatever, and they went to her too, and we're not even related. And I was like, yo, like, that's crazy. And she was sending me stuff they were sending her, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So yeah, that's how they did it.
They do that. It's that docs is what they like to do.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the internet is brutal.
I have a question for you. Do you feel like TikTok is pandering to women?
Like coming for women?
No, just like it caters to women.
Kind of, but not really. I feel like there's also a lot of people who say like things like that, and then women get insecure because it's true for them. But like every woman is different, so they may relate to it, they may not relate to it. And if it hurts their feelings, they're going to comment. So the women that were commenting, it obviously hurt their feelings.
Right.
When you say every woman is different, what do you mean? Do you think there's like different types of women, or is it just two types of women?
Well, not like in that way. I mean, like every woman's vagina is different. So like if their vagina stinks, then it fucking stinks. Like they can't do nothing about it. Like there's these TV shows where bitches smell like fish their whole life. They can't do anything about it.
Wait, that's the thing?
Yeah, it really is.
And you really can't do anything about it?
You can't. Like you smell like fish.
Ooh, I would reincarnate. God
I seen that. It was actually a show on TCL when I was like 12 and I was like, oh my God, like I remember showering every day after I watched that. I was like, I never want to be that girl. She was like, I walk in stores and everyone looks at me and I'm like, bitch, you fucking stink. Of course they're going to look at you.
Damn.
That's crazy. I'll ask one more thing. Why do you think that women can go on TikTok and say things that offend men? But yet, if a guy goes on TikTok and says, I don't think he was purposely even trying to offend.
I mean, it's
women.
facts, so facts are going to be spoken.
Right, but women go on there and don't speak facts, and they're allowed to do that. Like we literally just got into it with a YouTuber.
Oh, Fajita? Fajita's
right?
big ass.
Fajita
triple size. Go
ahead. Bro, do we have that clip? I kind of want to play it just for context so they could see it. Anwar, I don't know if you can pull it up, but essentially she was on a YouTube saying that men didn't have any rights. The only rights men had were to go to war and die.
What?
And she can say that, and no one bats an eye. But we sat here and basically said, "Hey."
It's because she stripped. The problem with society is like if you are obese, you are technically handicapped. Because you're handicapped, they're going to cripple you. Because her big ass is big and she puts all this makeup on. All of a sudden, her and Drew can sit there and just bash men. And apparently, she was like, "Oh, my content is not the same thing as Drew, bitch. You are." Guilty by association. You're sitting in the same room as her. You're both hee-hawing, laughing with your cholesterol. Right. Bitch, you are guilty. What are you talking about? So because that was his first time seeing her, that was my first time seeing her big ass. We saw that, and I was like, well, it's a reaction video. And she did a whole clap back just saying all this bullshit. And I'm just like, babe, like, you want me to do resource and a search up on you when I'm good. Like, what I saw was enough. Like, if you go for a job interview and you look like shit, I'm good. I'm not doing any more research. Right. So, I mean, the thing with that, what we're saying is like, there's this handicap thing where they let them do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. They don't get any community guidelines. They don't have no account warning. That shit's been on there for me for months. For her, I for fun, shits and giggles, I was like, let me just report this shit. Yeah. Didn't work. Nothing. Because
she's fat.
But I swear to God, the world wants women to be fat so it can be a fucking genocide, a self-genocide. I swear what's going on. Like,
that's sick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to go to Rumble.
That's that's like.
So I'll say this: do you regret that TikTok? Do you regret making
no,
it?
not at all. Not at all, because it prepared me for where I'm about to go.
My man goes hard.
Yeah,
not at all. I really don't. I really don't at all. It's just the truth. And if people can't handle it, then like, you're not living in reality. Most people aren't living in reality.
Wait, is this confidence stemming from your height, or you would do this?
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. Like, it's in, I don't know. When you got in every area, you're not insecure when somebody says some shit that don't apply to you.
For the chat who don't know, how tall are you?
6'3".
Yeah, he's tall. He got hair. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't want to know your credit score. Save room for the others to get hosed too. God damn it. Okay.
All right, real quick, let's get some of these chats. Anwar, do you want to go ahead and read them?
Yeah, I'll read a couple.
All right. Everyone's loving Josh.
Everyone's just loving Josh.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, we got one about TikTok. Two things. Number one, China owns TikTok, and the things we see in America, they don't allow in China. China is using TikTok to destroy America from the inside, which is true. They also have they close their TikTok at a certain time so kids can't use it at night.
That's wild.
Damn.
That is actually true.
Psychological warfare at its finest.
Yeah.
This is mostly saying Josh the GOAT.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. hey, I can't argue with them.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay, well let's go back to it. So at this point, what is it? Something about your ex co-star. What is that beef about?
Yeah, so basically I was dating this girl from an MTV show, a reality show, or whatever, and started dating her before the new season started, and she was still in Sarasota, whatever. I was about to move down to Miami. Everything was great. It was amazing. It was great.
Honeymoon.
Yeah, honeymoon phase, right? But once she moved down, and her bedroom size went from like, a master bedroom of her parents' house to the size of this table, and she's living with 2 other stars on the show. It fucks your psychology up a little bit.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. And I tried to just support her and all that, and she didn't really want to do the show no more and everything because she knows it's toxic, and she knows she has to be a different person for it. So ultimately, it just turned into something that I didn't realize it was gonna be, and it was my mistake for not doing my research prior to seeing how it is when she's on the show. So it is what it is. We both played our own part in that, and still got love for the girl. Wish her the best, and yeah, that's that.
Oh, so it wasn't like a crazy scandal or thing. Like y'all just stopped dating?
No, I mean it wasn't like anything Too crazy. You know, I didn't come on here to talk shit about an ex, but
Oh, no,
you know, it's
no.
like I won't do that, but it's just you know, things just didn't work out. We're different people and we want different things out of life. So I just, you know, we both ultimately decided to kind of break that off. So
Do you think it has to do with an age? Because I didn't realize you were 24 until you came on.
yeah. So I mean, she's 2 years older than me. So you know, one thing I've realized about single women over a certain age is they think they got everything figured out. They think no man can steer them the right way, and you know they got it all figured out, but yet you know they got all these bodies under the belt, and it's like, yeah, you wonder why you're still single.
Ooh.
Like you out here being promiscuous as fuck, and just because you got a little bit of clout, a little bit of this, whatever, like it don't matter, right? But and I'm just speaking in general terms, but it's funny, you know, the older the woman gets, the more rigid she gets in her thinking, and then the less you can actually have an impact and lead as a man on them. So that's what I realized. Yeah, age definitely plays a part. So honestly, like you're over 26, I probably don't want nothing to do with you in a serious sense. You know, like you're over even 24. Honestly, like it's just the older you get, the less it's valuable. Yeah, the less valuable you get. Seriously, like yeah, it's just yeah, you run out of time. Men age like wine, women age like milk. So that's
he didn't hold his breath when he said that. That's man came on with poetry today. Again. So do you think that's important for men to lead in a relationship?
Yeah, 100%. That's his job. That's his duty. And any good woman's gonna know that, and she's gonna find a man that she can submit to and let him lead. 100%. And the man's gonna be prepared to do that.
Okay. Well, damn. How do you feel about men leading in a relationship?
I agree.
Like fully, you're okay with your man leading?
Of course, yeah.
So you don't ever try to fight for anything?
Well, I do, but like, you know. Yeah, I do, but I don't know. It kind of just goes his way anyway, and I just follow the lead.
And you're happy with it? Because I spoke to some girls today, and they told me that it felt like they had to compromise, and they made it seem like compromising was a bad thing. But I don't see compromise as a bad thing if you're with the person you love.
Exactly. No, I don't feel anything is compromised.
No,
because it's one day it's what he wants. Like, let's give an example where he wants to eat. Then the next day he tells me that I can pick the place. So it's like we always kind of do every other. So nothing's ever really compromised.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
I bet you have a happy relationship because of that, though.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
It would be different if he was like, no, it's always going to be my way. Like, you don't ever have a choice. I would be like, yeah, I'm fucking gone. So.
But if you guys have to make a decision, who makes the ultimate decision? Like if you guys are both like against the same thing.
That happens all the time. We just go with an option that we both love. Like, again, example, if we're going out to eat and we both don't agree on a place, and then we're like, okay, well, this is at the top of our list, so we're going there. And it's always that agreement. That's just how it goes.
Has he ever let you pick and then turned out you picked out the wrong thing and then he just realized I shouldn't pick ever again, or no? No? Then you be making some solid shots, and I know my damn place. Okay.
Okay.
How do you feel about women in relationships, in the sense where I spoke to two girls today and they told me that she's married now, and she put on a skirt and her husband told her to take it off because it was too fluffy and he missed the bodycon stuff. How do you feel about that? Hearing that statement.
Like, take it off. I don't like it.
He literally said, why are you wearing that skirt? And she goes, because I like fashion. He was like, I liked it when you used to wear the bodycon fitted stuff.
Oh, well, I guess I can't relate.
So how, as a woman, when you hear that, how does that make you feel?
That's like, if you're going to control what I wear, like, why are you with me?
So do you think that's controlling?
Yeah.
So if you've been in a relationship with somebody for about 5 years, and 2 years down the line, he decided to change his entire image and started switching to wearing some Adam Sandler shit. That's cool. That's controlling. If you tell him, like, why are you dressed like that? Is that controlling?
See, now when you put it that way.
But that's the situation. They're married. They have kids. And this happens a lot in most relationships where people lose how they physically look. And for women in specifics, you got him by being sexy. Now, once you got him, you start dressing like a hippie. What the fuck is up with that? You change your, that's catfishing itself, I would say. Exactly. And it sucks because I was listening to her talk and I realized this is the toxic mentality that gets injected into women, because she was like, I'm grown. I'll do what the fuck I want. Bitch, you only feel this way because you have him next to you paying all your fucking bills.
Right.
Agreed.
You wouldn't be saying this shit if you were trying to struggle trying to pay your bills. So it sucks that with the privilege that women want so much, and I say this as a woman, no hate to women, to some women. I think it's sad that they can sit here and say that. She said that, and I was like, well, why don't you just put on the fucking bodycon? Put that shit on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something.
Right.
She goes, no, I like fashion. I was like, what if your fashion is trash? Like, the fuck?
Right.
And it disappoints me. So how does it make you, when you hear that, what in your mind do you think is going on when somebody says that? When you hear that story, if your homeboy told you that story, what would you think?
I mean, Honestly, it's really not a big deal to me. Like wear whatever the fuck you want. Because honestly, I prefer like I don't know if it's called a burqa or whatever, but that like I want you to look like a Muslim like most of the time. You know what I mean? Like I prefer you not be out here popping titties out and your ass all out. You know what I'm saying? I prefer you to like behave like a queen. You want to be treated like one, behave like one.
Great.
So that's kind of how I look at it, you know. Yeah, you got a good figure, cool. Like you can show that up, you can do it in a very respectful way. So honestly, when it comes to like what a woman's wearing, my big thing is like I don't want to see your nipples. Like that's my big thing. I'm like, yeah, cool, free the titty, whatever. But you ain't gonna be my girl doing all that shit. Like you're not, because then I'm just like, who you trying to show that to? Why are you doing all that? We know as men that turns us on. Who the fuck you trying to turn on outside the bedroom other than me? Right. You know what I mean? So it's just that's how I see that, and that's like my really only thing right there.
So women tend to use the excuse that if she's with you, it should be allowed. If she's with you, is it allowed in public or should it not be allowed at all? Man,
if she's with you and she's talking about it's allowed, she's trying to attract something else other than you. Why are you still putting yourself out there like that? That's all you want is me. Because you really trying to, you're throwing a line in the water and seeing what will catch. That's what you're doing. While you still have a fish in the barrel. You know what I mean? So it's like, why can't you just take that fish in the barrel, go the fuck home? Because you just that's society. That's society with this independent, you know, all this you know, I don't need no man bullshit. It's like, yeah, the fuck you do. Go out in the jungle and see how long you survive. You're gonna wish you had a fucking man. You know what I mean? That's just nature. That's the nature of it. We're supposed to be together. So so yeah, that's how I feel about that.
So I like what you're saying. Sounds very stoic, but my only problem with that is, I know you live in Miami, right?
Yeah.
I don't picture any guy in Miami going up to a Muslim-looking baggy clothes girl hitting on her. I feel like a lot of men hit on like the promiscuous girls, and it makes all the good girls say, "Well, fuck, man, I guess I should be half naked then because he's hitting on her." So how does this play out in your mind?
I get that, and I mean, a lot of guys are addicted to instant gratification, whether it be through video games, porn, masturbation, all that shit, whatever, drugs, alcohol, food, whatever. So I think it takes a man with discipline. I mean, if you can look at a woman's face and tell what her body kind of looks like based on how fat her face is, you know what I'm saying, how she keeps her face, what her teeth look like. You can see how well put together she is, and then chances are, even if she's wearing a full, you know, gown over her body, you can see something under there.
Agreed.
You know, so it's not like it's completely invisible. Now, those women aren't probably out there on Instagram with the most followers, getting the most likes, or maybe even on Instagram at all. You got to find them living real life. You got to travel across the world, maybe. But if you want something rare, you're going to have to do some different shit, because you're not going to probably find it here in Miami. You know, not saying you can't, but Miami, I call it the devil's den, because it's like,
yeah, you're not going to find it.
Yeah,
but at your age, you're not even looking though, are you?
I mean, I love love. I love love. That's what my last relationship taught me, because my last relationship before that was 5 years prior. So, you know, I love love. I love being in love. And I'm not afraid to say that. I love that. You know, so I think if something came along that was worth my time, that was like, okay, I got these 10 over here on the roster, and you want me to break them off all for you, well, you better be coming with some kind of energy. You better be coming with something different. Wow. Your body count can't I got a limit of your body count. Once I know your body count, if it's over a certain number, I know how serious I can take you.
What is the number?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what's the number?
Go ahead, give the number.
Get the calculator out.
So it kind of goes with her age, and I discovered this formula. From I literally made a formula. I literally made a formula.
My man is everything and a scientist.
Everything.
Yo, like, okay, so you literally divide her age by 10. So if she's 20, she could have 2 bodies. If she's 30, she could have 3. If she's 40, she could have 4. If she's 50, she could have 5.
Now, is there anyone in Miami with those numbers?
I found a girl recently, beautiful, and I won't even say her name. I don't even follow her on Instagram. That's the thing. The real ones I'm not gonna follow, because people go through my list of following. I don't follow very many people, and they go see who I'm fucking with. So no, I don't even follow her. She's got 2 bodies, and she's 21. So it's like a beautiful girl, whatever, and she's very, you know, I've hung out with her 3 times, didn't do anything like, you know what I'm saying, sexual at all, and it's just it's cool. It's cool to see that, and she's here in Miami, so it is possible. It is rare though, you know.
So other than the body being low, because I know a lot of women get this confused, because I understand that completely. What is it about the body being low? Because it's obviously a characteristic trait that you like that comes with it. What is it that attracted you to that? Because a lot of women are like, what the fuck? I don't get to live?
Yeah, everybody wants a master key, but nobody wants a broken lock.
Oh, they don't understand analogies. Don't even go there. That shit flies over their head. Metaphors and analogies pisses off the feminist chick, so don't even bother with these shit.
Yeah, so I mean, like every woman wants the guy that you know can get every woman, but every guy wants the girl that can get every guy. at the same time, but you don't want them being with every guy. You don't want them out there like that.
Agreed.
Because you want it to be valuable. You want it to be sacred to you and personal to you. And you can only make that kind of commitment to something like that if you know every other guy hasn't had it. So you want something special. You want a treasure. You want to find that diamond in the rough. And if a woman understands that from a young age and is brought up correctly, and she waits, and you know what I'm saying, like, honestly, if I ever get married, she's probably gonna have to be a virgin. And I'm probably gonna have to take her virginity, and I'm probably gonna have to be the only guy she's ever been with, because I'm gonna be like, look, you don't have any baggage. Your pair bonding mechanism isn't all fucked up because you've been with 25 dudes, you know. So yeah, I just
bro, hold on. Yo, I like this guy so much. He's literally saying everything I say. I'm gonna ask you one question. Yeah. Why is it so important for men to have a virgin? Like, why do guys want a virgin so bad? Because I said something yesterday. I want to see, for whoever's watching, I want to see if you say something similar.
Yeah.
Why is it so important?
Right. I mean, we know it's rare. We know it's rare. It's a treasure. It's a treasure. And then you know that if that woman gets pregnant, that is your child. Period. That's it. Like, she bled on that dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pop that cherry, like that is yours. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
welcome to Unfiltered.
like that is yours. Like, that is your woman, and she's gonna respect you as a king, because you're the only man to ever be inside her. You're the only man to ever make her feel that way. You know what I'm saying? If you know what you're doing, you're gonna make her come, and she's gonna be, oh my God, it's the greatest feeling ever. And then next thing you know, like, she's dickmatized, and you're the only one she's ever been dickmatized to.
And she's only gonna want you.
She's only gonna.
But then also, I said last night that also, well, because like realistically speaking, there's not that many virgins walking around.
Right.
But I said that, especially here, like in a place like Miami, you don't want to date a girl and take her out to dinner and know that the guy sitting down 2 tables already had her. That's embarrassing. And I think women fail to realize that. They think that, oh no, I can just have sex with whoever. And
there's a disconnect. So if there's any girls in the chat, let me just clarify this by saying what they're saying is, it's not because she is a virgin. It is, but let's go into depth with the fact that once he has taken her virginity, he is the star in her eyes. There's no, she can't sit and say, well, you know what? Someone so fucked me like this. Someone so did this to me. Fuck you. I don't do, like, there's no comparison. There's no challenging. There's no competition. Not because he's insecure. It's the simple fact, like, you're not going to challenge my authorities when I am the one leading this relationship. It's disrespectful. The problem with women having a high body count, and I know you're going to drive me for this, but shocker there, is the fact that there's too many guys in the back of your mind that you're competing your current guy to. And that's really not fair. Like, unfortunately, like the girl we had yesterday, she's done a threesome. The next guy she decides she wants a relationship with, and she says, I have standards. He's gonna be like, bitch, on the internet says you do threesomes. So at this point, I'm sorry, I want it. I don't care what you want. It's unfortunate because it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if she decides to reborn herself, change her religion. On the internet says you are open to this. You have done it before. So why is it that the past guy gets to enjoy the best of you and the new guy has to have discipline? Why do I even get the bare minimals? Like, what the I wasn't even here for a long time. I was here for a fun time. Right. So that's almost ultimately for a try. Like, you go to a fair to go have fun and you find you can't go any of the rides. But why are we here then? So that's really what they're trying to say. If anyone's word sensitive and confused, and if y'all want to be very literal on what a virgin means in a man's world, this is literally what they're trying to say. It doesn't get any more clear than this.
Yeah, Mama always told me, if you're gonna be a garbage man, Josh, be the best damn garbage man you can be. So if you're gonna be a hoe, be the best damn hoe you can be. Yeah. There you go.
Did you say it? Mama said?
Mama told me that. There you go. If you're gonna be a garbage man, be the best
boy.
damn garbage man.
This is Water Boy. We literally talked about this. Mama said girls are the devil. Like,
Mama said girls are the devil. Mama put me on Game Young.
Oh, that's crazy.
She just talked about this yesterday, literally.
Oh, wow. This is meant to be, guys. Eric, you want to touch up on anything? What are you doing? Reading chats right now?
Yeah, so there's a lot of people on the chat that would like to guys, I'll let you guys ask them some questions. A lot of people wanted to ask you some questions, so I'll give them a chance to ask them. But yeah, pretty much I'll say this because you just touched on something, right? I think it was Ange actually. So have you ever been in a situation where you dated a girl or actually this question should go to you as well, and she didn't want to do something with you, but you know she's done it with other guys. She literally told you. She was like, yeah, I've done this with them, and then you wanted to do it and she wasn't with it. Like, have you ever had that situation?
Yeah, I mean, girls think they can go through their enlightenment after they've been ran through. And it's like, it's like, I'm sorry, honey, you can't. Like you can't. That happened. You know what I'm saying? You can't just act like it didn't and then be like, oh, I'm reborn. It's like I'm all for creating a better version of yourself, but you can't just all of a sudden erase your past because you don't like it.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not how to do things. You have to accept your past, move on from it, and if you want to make a change, cool. But I mean, I'm all for you making a change, but I'm not here to save a hoe. I'm not building a bitch. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that. I'm not Mr. Build a Bitch. I'm not going to be your Superman. Like I'm done doing that. I'm not putting the cape and mask on to come save you. I want a woman that knows she's a queen, that's been behaving like a queen, that was raised like a queen. And then she's going to get all my serious, you know, love and affection and attention. And that's it.
Gotcha.
So when you say that phrase, do you ever get women challenging you saying like, are you disciplined? Are you a king? Do you go out there and do all this? Do they always challenge you by saying that?
Yeah.
By competing with what you're doing with what they're doing, or no?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they love to do that. You know what I'm saying?
What's your answer to that?
It's reflect and project. So it's, hey, kings always had concubines and mistresses, and then they had the queen that was there for their heart. Because kings don't, you can't, if a man doesn't cheat with his heart, he didn't even cheat. Because cheating with his dick ain't even that. You can't even put any emotions into it. A man can fuck a bitch and not have no emotions for her at all. A woman cannot say the same unless it's strictly transactional.
Why do you think women don't understand that?
Oh, what shit?
Delusion.
How do you feel about that statement?
I honestly agree. Like, okay, a guy pussy. I don't even know how to say this. This like brings me back to Fresh and Fit, honestly, because this conversation went around the table every show. Like, how do you feel about the same topic? So men are gonna fuck pussy. Men are meant to have many pussies in their life. Yeah. But a girl, like, I don't even know how to say this. Like, a girl, it's emotions. Like, you're not fucking for fun unless you're literally born to be a hoe. Like, that's just disgusting. If you're going to cheat on a man that you love, like, you genuinely are doing it from your heart. Like, you're not doing it from your pussy because you don't think with your pussy. Men can think with their dick because that's all they ever think about. They see a girl walking on the street, they're going to think about is fucking her. A girl has nice titties down the street, they're going to think about fucking her. They see an ass and some booty shorts. Ooh, what does it look like naked? Like, men just think like that. Girls don't. Like, if you genuinely love a man, then you shouldn't want anybody else but your man.
That's fair. I have this idea where I think that women look at men and think that they're all different. In reality, they all think the same. They're just all in different phases in their life. And men look at women as we're all the same. It doesn't get any more transparent in their eyes than that. It's just as far as like the word pessimistic for men, I think it's a bit pushing it, but I think in their mind, like the guard is in hell. They don't give a fuck until you show them otherwise. So everyone is the same. Because look at the ratio out here. I can't compete with these hoes in my man, nor do I want to. I'm happy in my little church corner. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. But it's unfortunate that when guys look at girls nowadays, women get sad that they're being objectified. But I'm like, all right, pull up everything. Pull up your Instagram. What are you representing on Instagram? Let me see how your IG looks. And it's crazy how they get offended with the whole catcalling thing. Is it because it's for free? So if he pays you to catcall you, would that be acceptable? Because it's okay to pay you for your OnlyFans or your Instagram or your feed pics, whatever the fuck it is. That's okay. But being catcalled is such a big deal that we have to cry about on TikTok.
Right.
So I really don't understand where this is all going to come full circle one day, but I really think it's a genocide. So I said it first, or second, or somebody. He probably said it first. So we'll find out.
Hey, Josh, I have a question for you. Because of everything that you said previously, do you think that it's possible to save a girl?
Man, I've tried a lot of different times with a lot of different girls, and I don't know, man. I'm ultimately optimistic, but I think you just damage your pair bonding mechanism so much to a point by sleeping with so many men that it's beyond repair almost. And I think if you've been a hoe and you want to stop being a hoe, it's your journey to go through. Don't waste my time. I got too many things going for me. I'm doing too much. Like, don't waste my time. You want to come back around in 2-3 years when you figure it the fuck out and you ain't been sleeping around, like, okay, cool, whatever. You might not get an entrance back into the kingdom, but you can try and knock on the door. Like, it is what it is. Now, I mean, yeah, it's hard, man. I just think of like Eminem Superman every time I hear that. It's like, I can't be a Superman, you know? So, and then to mention something earlier about like women saying stuff about men and getting away with it. It's like that song Scrub. Like, I don't want no scrub. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what if I don't want no fat bitch? What if I don't want no whore? Like, what if I made a song like that? Like, how would that go over? You know what I mean? So
We might have to recruit him. And then
he's really cool. So you're saying that if, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you go out in Miami, you know, there's a lot of beautiful women walking around, right? You meet this woman, she's gorgeous. Like, you're like, yo, I like
and
her.
She has a good personality.
Good personality.
That's the key.
Let's do
And
9 out of 10 things. Check.
I mean, she's good, right?
Yeah.
But you find out that she had a crazy past. She went through that phase. But she's like, hey, Josh, I'm over that. Like, I'm a brand new soul. I'm a brand new person. So you have nothing to worry about.
She's a 10, but
Yeah,
there's that but.
There's no way that you're
bodies.
making an exception right there.
Man, I just did that. I just learned that lesson for the 100th time, you know, and I think I'm at a point where I'm just like, nah.
Okay.
Like if you wanna, okay, we can see where it goes, but like I'm gonna always be at that point. If you tell me, yeah, I did this in my past, now I'm like, and I'm not saying don't tell me. I'm a very understanding person. I get it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, thank you for being honest with me. Now I have to guard my heart because I know how easily you could attain it.
Right.
You know, you have 9 out of 10 things checked for me. Okay. But I mean, that was, you know, I've been there, done that. Let's just say that. So it's tough to judge, you know, and say, but I know what I've done in the past, and I give them all a fucking chance because I'm like, okay, cool. And it's a little maybe naive, you know, but now I just know that, hey, yeah, keep the heart inside my chest and not in somebody else's hand.
That's one of my favorite things. I always tell on TikTok. They always ask me, these nice guys are like, what do I do? And I'm like, you need to get your heart fucking broken a couple of times. And it sounds so messed up to say that, but I think like being naive is basically being innocent, being in love, being real. That is the realest form of love that you could abuse. And I think that this is the culture, and people in general love to abuse food, people, love, all the above, internet. And they have this idea that, oh, well, I mean, if you warn them, they might stop. No, there's no such thing. There's a reason why all these things, why all these crimes happen, because people abuse everything. So for people not to realize that by the time you choose to abuse someone's innocent love, this is the result.
Yeah, you get me. And now it's like, if
and
you
now
talk
y'all can't get them.
Yeah, it's like you talk shit on me. All right, watch your wife, bro. Like that, like watch your wife, dog. Like, because
it's a fair game at this point. Like, as much as women don't realize it, the same type of guys that they say that, oh, we're misogynistic and all this crap, those are the same type of guys that they aim after. They only really antagonize and put these labels on people when they can't get the result they want, I've noticed. But in reality, they do break rules for the guys that they want, and they make rules for the guys that they don't give a fuck about. And that's really the problem with society. But if I call it out, I'm a pick me bitch. And if he says it, he's a misogynist. So, I mean, what do y'all want? Who can tell the answer? Who wants to say it? A Jedi? Because we can't say it. What are we identifying at this point? Because everybody got all these fucking identifiers nowadays, so we don't even know anymore. Eric, are you good? Are you live?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just reading some of these chats. I want, if you guys are done, I want to touch on some of them.
Hit it.
So it looks like someone says, I sure don't want a guy that sleeps around as much. That comes from Audrey. I think
Wait,
Audrey,
what did she say?
She said, I sure don't want a guy that sleeps around as much.
I'm gonna tell you what, they all say that shit. They all say that shit. And I tell them, let's mark 9 out of 10 things on a list. The only thing is that he slept around. Are you really gonna turn it down? No. If a dude was tall enough, made enough money, emotionally connected to you, and your family loves him, and he was just like perfect, and just he had a past of 100 bodies, bitches are the first one to say, oh, the fact that 100 girl wanted him,
that's right.
I want him now.
It's social proofing.
It's social proofing.
Yeah,
nobody wants a Ted. Well, not Ted Bundy got bitches. Nobody wants a Dahmer because of nobody wants somebody that that isn't wanted. So I mean, women are quick to say, I don't want a man that's passed around, because you're trying to parallel the fact that, oh, he's saying that about you. And let's be real about it, because when you hear that out loud, you might just be guilty when you say that shit. You're like, I don't want a man that's passed around. You're saying that because you don't really have much to compare it to. But in your face, it was on the table, everything you wanted. You wouldn't even blink, because you know what, that actually require you to think further and think about consequences. And we don't really think about that. Women cannot think that far, which isn't a jab. The truth is, when I'm sitting in the passenger seat and my man's driving, I don't think about where the fuck we're going. I just know I'm in the passenger seat.
Right.
Exactly. And we're going.
We're just going. He's going to be like, yo, I got to do this U-turn. We got to hit this light. There might be traffic. He's thinking about 20 different things. He's a logical, critical thinker. Let me know when a girl does that, because I know girls don't do that shit. It's rare to none. Where's the Starbucks? And he's thinking like, bitch, we just passed that shit 10 minutes ago.
Right.
You know, the same reason they want a man that every other woman wants is the same reason that every woman wants a Louis bag.
Yeah.
Every woman wants it.
All right, explain that for those who don't understand what he's trying to say.
It's a FOMO. It's a FOMO. It's a fear of missing out, you know, and they get this, oh, like, if they don't want to be with him, like he must be slanging something, you know, he must be doing something down there. He must be making them feel real good. He must give them a fun time, you know, and it's social proofing, you know, and women are literally designed to pick the winners. They wait at the finish line and fuck the winners. So they're literally designed to do that. You're literally inherently, like, your DNA tells you to do that. When your castle or kingdom got taken over, if you didn't fuck the winners, if you didn't fuck the people who just killed your husbands and your sons, you were beheaded. You were done. So you adapted to survive that way and be hypergamous in those situations.
I literally just yesterday talked about lions. Lionesses do the same thing. When a male lion comes in and kills the male,
right?
Guess what happens? He kills their babies, right? And they all have sex with him.
Right.
Like otherwise they would die.
Right.
Exactly what he just said.
It's adapt or die.
That's crazy.
You know? How you feel about that, babe?
I mean, I can't relate because...
Do you feel like what he said aligns with what you do or other girls that you know as far as marrying up in hypergamy?
I don't know, honestly, because my man, I got him first. So, and he got me second.
What, so your boyfriend was a virgin?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, we dated in 7th and 8th grade. We broke up, and then he was doing his thing, and then we found each other again junior year of high school. He had dropped out, and he was like doing his thing. He was big, you know, making his money. I didn't know how much money he had. I just knew he was like doing his thing, and I was like, damn, like I miss this guy. Not knowing what he had or what he was doing. Like I didn't know he had status, I guess you could say. And then we just kind of started talking. Like I hit him up. He didn't hit me up. And that's the thing. Like, I don't like when guys hit me up. Like, I want to find my guy. I don't want my guy to find me. So it's like,
I don't know how I feel about that statement. I don't know how I feel about that one.
But can we just touch on the fact that she said her man was a virgin? I mean, it's really rare to find a female virgin. A male virgin is like a unicorn. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, he was working on his bag.
He was.
He wasn't trying to get bitches. He was like in the middle. So I think,
good for him.
Do you think what attracted to you was the characteristic trait that kept him busy, or was it you said you didn't know about the status?
No, I had no idea. So I was actually in a very toxic relationship for like a year and a half, who took my virginity. And I was like, okay, I'm done. Like I finally was over it. I did my own thing for about a year. And then,
what is your own thing? What does it mean when you say that?
Like I just stayed single. Like I never had a whole phase.
That's a don't say things like that out loud in Miami because you're gonna scare everyone away when you say you did your own thing.
Okay, no, I never had a whole phase ever in my life. I mean, I'm only 18, so like it could still come, but I don't plan on it at all. I plan on getting married to this guy. So,
all right, I have a question for you. Your boyfriend was a virgin. Do you think at any time in his life he's ever gonna say, "Wow, I wonder how it feels like to be with another woman"?
Oh, he has.
Okay.
Yes, we've talked about that already.
Would you let him?
I've talked about this too. I mean, I said I'd do it with him, but I would not let him do it by himself.
Nice.
Why?
That's disrespectful.
1 point for her.
Like, okay, because you want to spice things up, so do I. So let's do it together.
With another girl, another guy.
Another girl. I don't want to ever fuck another guy. It's not necessary.
You're into girls also?
No, but it's like if that's what needs to happen, then that's what needs to happen.
What if you're onto an argument? And then he would just bring up, I'm going to call that other bitch the other night since you don't want to wash the dishes. What would you do then?
I'd be like, okay, well, I'm joining you then.
Damn, man, you need a trophy.
Yo, for real.
Damn.
For real. That's crazy.
You know, but I think this is not a jab. I think since you're so young and you haven't been tainted in a bad way, like it seems like you had a good experience so far.
Agreed.
And I think this is the scary part. Like if you were to hit like a shifting point, because you said your ex, the one that took your virginity, is toxic.
Very toxic.
What makes him toxic? Because that's questionable.
Verbally abusive.
Okay.
Cheated on me. Like I got cheated on.
Okay.
Like, and I didn't know until I, seen his phone. I was just on Snapchat taking a video, whatever. Seen this bitch text him on Messenger. I'm like, oh, okay. And then it happened many more times, different females. So I'm like, all right, well, you know what? I'm done. And it was just over.
All right, let me ask you a question. So you said you're willing to do threesomes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Women don't understand because we had this conversation. It's like we're touching on stuff that we talked about last night. I literally said last night that if a woman doesn't allow a man to have other women, he's going to cheat on you.
Oh, for sure.
So you know that. And that's why you're willing to do the threesomes, right?
Sure.
And who knows? You might actually end up liking it.
Was it only because it's him or anyone else? Like if you were in a relationship with somebody else, would you think you would feel that way? Or just because you had this past and this relationship with him? and how you feel about him.
For any man, since like the knowledge that I've gained in the past year from whether it was being on Fresh and Fit or just hearing what people think and their opinions from being on Fresh and Fit, like the other girls and what was going on around me, like I think anyone, like if I was in a relationship with a different man, I would still feel the same way.
Do you think it's because of this type of status that you aim after? Because do you think the guy at Chipotle is allowed to vocalize that he wants a threesome? And would you allow it if you're in a relationship with him?
Yeah, for sure.
A guy at Chipotle who works at Chipotle, you winning at life.
I don't okay.
Words for you right now.
And let me take a quick second to say shout out to Myron, because I'm pretty sure Myron helped you with this mindset.
Probably.
So Julius has a question for both of you guys, and he says, question for, is it Shakira?
Yep.
Okay. It says, will you drop your guy friends for your boyfriend?
I don't have guy friends.
Perfect.
Good
All
job.
Right.
Good
and
job.
for Josh, he says, will you date a woman who has guy friends?
Nah. Why you need guy friends? What do you need another man's validation for other than mine? Why do you need that? If you got brothers or cousins or you know, a daddy in your life, which I prefer, and then you're good. You know what I mean? So yeah.
All right. And then Richard says, women are supposed to chase the man, not the other way around. Is that true?
That's what I said.
No, okay. I believe women should be chasing them, but you should at least be wanted by enough men so that you don't have to like be thirsty is where I'm coming from. I think it's strange where a woman has to slide in a man's DM, for example. Like, why the fuck do you have to slide in someone's DM?
Right.
First of all, I hate the fact that it's a social interaction to begin with. You know, like the social media shit, like it devalues that your actual value as a woman. And it's sad that girls think that, oh, if I reach out to him, maybe I'll be special. No, babe, there's like plenty of other hoes in the DM. You ain't the only one.
Right.
So I think that's the shitty part about hearing that. And I think a lot of girls who don't understand, like, you have to be of substance, of value, and a guy has to at least see you, and you have to somehow interact with each other in person, at least, for it to actually go anywhere. And I think like it stops there for most women. Like if you're constantly chasing after a guy and he's not showing you shit and he's hitting you up at 3 a.m., that's not the one for you. Just go ahead and just D&D that phone.
Yeah. I'll read a few more. Austin says 18 years old and looking to be wife. That's a W, queen.
Oh, Austin. Shout out to Austin.
Yeah.
He's always here.
It says men are focused on their mission and women will come along.
Facts.
That's facts.
Yeah, it's a byproduct. Yeah, it's a byproduct.
Can you elaborate on that? A lot of men, I don't think, know that.
Yeah, so I realized this in high school when I started putting out music. You know, I realized that the more music I put out, the bigger I got in my school and everything like that. Everyone wanted to be with me. It was like, what's he doing? How's he doing this different? Why are detectives going to his house because a line he dropped in a song? Like, you know, it was. I realized that then is that I was just focused on my purpose and my craft and what I love to do, and women came after that as a byproduct. Right. It's like, what's that song with Iggy Azalea? She's like, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the hoes or whatever. Right. You know, it's like, it's a byproduct of chasing your purpose as a man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know guys and I have friends that hustled backwards. Right. They're trying to get the girls. Yeah. And they're spending all their money getting the girls. Yeah. And they're trying to get everything the wrong way. But when you chase what you're supposed to be doing, then all of a sudden the girls want to come to you anyways. Yep. Because all women want a man who's doing something with their lives, whether it be financially, status, whatever. So
how do you deal with a woman who says she's independent and empowered and all that? If someone were to come at you,
I don't.
You have a comeback? You have a comeback for that?
Yeah, I walk away. I turn my back and I'm like, peace. Like I'll see you probably in 5-10 years again, somewhere, somehow. You'll probably still be single. You'll still be miserable. You'll have no kids and be wondering why you didn't take up the offer I gave you. Like, there you go.
I hope y'all unsent that DM after y'all heard that shit.
Yeah, I have another one that says, women wait for men at the finish line. Men wait for women at the starting line. Would you agree with that?
Men wait for women at the starting line, and women wait for men at the finish line. I mean, definitely women waiting for men at the finish line for sure. Men waiting. I don't think you should wait for a woman. I think you should just, again, focus on your fucking craft as a man. Get in the fucking gym. Get your mind right. If you don't have an IQ over like at least 120, just work on something. Read a fucking book. You know what I'm saying? Like, be able to have some type of articulation in your speech, you know? And yeah, just make yourself the best man you can be and move through life that way. And it's going to come. You're going to attract it. It's a natural law of the universe. So, yeah.
Do you think every man is supposed to be leader? How do y'all feel about that? Is every man supposed to have his mindset, your mindset, or is that not ideal?
I just recently learned that because we had this conversation, And I think that's probably why you asked this. Everyone around me, I want them to be winners. I don't know what it is about me. I'm like, hey man, I want to win. Why don't you want to win? You know what I mean? But I've learned just recently that not everybody around you wants to win. They don't really have that hunger. It may just come on later on for them. You know what I mean? But I've realized, and she helped me out, that man, there's some people that are just supposed to be followers out here.
They like what you have, but people don't have like the mental capacity to understand like the steps that it took for you to get there. The problem with a lot of these people out here who don't put any effort into themselves, they look at people who are put together and be like, oh, you lucky bitch, or you lucky bastard. Agreed. They don't realize that this person had to go to bed at a decent time, wake up early, drink water, eat healthy, say no a couple of times to some plans, and then make sure that they actually look presentable to be here. You know, like looking presentable is very important. I don't give there's no excuses. I'm sorry to a Cheesecake Girl yesterday, but she was coming respectfully, babe. If you were watching, you should have came better. If you were looking for Mr. Mans and you came in looking like that, it was like, I couldn't find my makeup brush. I'm like, no fucking excuses.
Wait, who?
I don't know her name.
There was a young lady sitting here yesterday on your seat.
But
she had Fresh and Fit before.
Probably. But I'll give it to her that she's very honest about saying like, listen, I am toxic. I know I am my problem. I was like, okay, well, you're still young. You have some time, but please don't spend too much fucking time on this. And it sucks because it's like people don't realize that even the people who look good have to put in effort. It's actually more effort to look good than it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Right. To wake up to look like shit, you just rolled over, slapped some water on, drank a Gatorade, and was like, let's go get a venti Starbucks and start my day. Like, why? I don't understand this.
Agreed.
Yeah. And about seeing people that want to win. That you feel like some men are just meant to be followers. You can't save somebody who isn't willing to participate in their own rescue. And that's a big reality, a reality check that I had to come to terms with, because I'm like, I just want everybody to win around me too. I'm like, yo, like I have the sauce. I can literally give you the cheat code to life right now. But you can't save somebody who isn't willing to participate in their own rescue. So.
I think in that sense, that's when I tend to realize that's when you categorize men and women in that same category. Like as a man, if you don't want more for yourself, you are a bitch. In that sense where this guy has to lead. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I'm going to lead. If you pick up on what I'm doing, then you can eat this cake too. So if y'all are listening and you're simping and you're cucking and you're staying at home in your basement, your mother, get your shit together, because these guys will take all the hoes and you're going to be taking the sloppy leftovers when they're 30, 40 with kids. If that's what you want to live life for, have fun playing stepdaddy, because when you make her life good, she will go back to her baby daddy. So just saying it now. Get your shit together, guys, because these guys are out for game. They're out for hunger. They're out for success. They're out to do it all.
Shout out to you, man.
Okay, next. What we got here?
All right. Read a few more of these. Man, everyone's loving everything so far, guys. You guys are killing it.
This is a pretty solid episode. I wasn't expecting this, not gonna lie.
No, Josh came in here with the fire. You know what's funny? When I first saw him, I was like, damn, this guy was like, you seem kind of humble, and then you're like, you know what I mean? So Kevin says this panel is full of positive energy. What a beautiful round table, says Austin. Pretty much everyone's just saying. Josh, someone has a question for you, Ricardo. What makes a woman valuable?
Submissive, beautiful, cooperative. She is your peace and release from the world. And when you go to war as a man, like you have to go to war to become successful in business. You have to go to war to build a good body. You have to go to war to build a solid iron mind, you know? So when you come home, if you're coming home to her, she should be your peace and release from the world. She should not start a war in your home, in your place, in your sanctuary, when you're going to war out there every day. So that's what I look for in a woman. I want her to have a certain level of intelligence as well. And yeah, just be beautiful, submissive, cooperative, and have intelligence.
Bro, someone needs to clip that shit.
Yeah, for real. You just gave me goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, someone needs to clip that shit. That was amazing. Yeah, I agree with everything you said, bro. I don't think I've disagreed with anything you said all night. Beto says, facts, stay grinding, and yeah, everyone's basically just agreeing with you. Yeah, any other topics that you want to touch on?
No, I was more so into that with the juicy stuff, but he covered it up with a bow. As far as your relationship with your man, you said that your goal is to get married?
Yes.
By what age?
By the age of 27.
27? Oh, okay. Kids?
Solid.
Yes, I want kids.
Kids?
Well, I guess I want to be married by the age of 25 because I want kids by the time I'm 27. I don't want to be an old ass mom.
Okay. Do you think about the backup plan? Because women tend to have like a mental backup plan, even though they have like a solid guy with them. Do you think about that?
No.
So what about when the girls talk to you? We're like, well, what if he leaves you one day? What if he leaves you stranded? How do you feel about that when you hear that?
When the time comes, it comes. I guess I'll figure it out when it happens.
I don't know what to do with this channel today, guys. This is too nice. Y'all are being too honest.
Do you have both parents in your life?
I do, but they were never together growing up.
Okay.
But they're in your life.
They're in my life, yes.
Okay. You have a good relationship with both of them.
Not with my father as much as my mom.
Okay. So how did you maneuver through that maybe lack of a father figure in your life, and because you've turned out very, very good, obviously, as a woman. Just I'm giving you applause. So
you.
yeah, you're welcome. And so how did you maneuver through not growing up with a good relationship with your father? I think that'll help a lot of people.
Honestly, okay, he left me when I was 5. He moved away, had a kid, moved back into town and had a different girlfriend, had a kid with her. So it's like I really desperately like wanted that relationship with my father, but the more I grew up, the more I realized that it wasn't necessary. Like I wanted it so badly, but then I turned 18 and I was like, you know what? I'm not the adult. Why am I the one trying here? So I just gave up. And then he had another kid, which is my brother. He's the youngest of us all. I think he's like 3 now. And I was like, okay, well, now I'm grown. I'm an adult. I have this adult mindset. I'm like, if the bond is broken and he broke it, but I want it to be fixed, then I'm an adult. I can fix it. So I just kind of went into my little brother's life and then I gained that bond. But growing up without a dad, how I like took that in, I honestly brushed it off. I never really cared, never realized.
So how haven't you participated in victim culture? Because that's a real thing.
Like I'm a victim of not having a father.
Oh yeah, that's a solid thing nowadays. Women cry about it. I mean, to have the discipline to say, you know what, as far as brushing it off, I think like whether you're saying you just haven't coped with it and you're funneling like your feelings towards your man, or you're just saying like I'm not dealing with this shit right now and like this is the best I'm doing. I'm hanging on by a thread. Like, so which one is it?
Oh no, I definitely coped with it. I definitely like had those hard feelings and like had grief and sadness, but I was like, I'm over it. Like I tried so hard my whole life, but now it's like, it's better now because I'm the one who fixed that bond. But like growing up, I was just like, I don't even care. Like I cried. I cried about it. I was sad about it. I was upset about it. I was mad about it. And it just, you get to that point in life where like, I just can't deal with it anymore. There's no point. I'm trying for no reason.
If your relationship with your boyfriend wasn't as good as it is, do you think you would have that same mindset?
Oh, for sure.
You would have the same mindset?
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't think a lot of girls would think that way. It's unfortunate, but I think like to constantly be in war and continuously lose your limbs and we're like, why the fuck am I here? It's going to be hard for people to understand. Like, I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but the results aren't showing it. So I think that mindset is also rare, but this is a rare table right now. So I guess I'm just circling it right now. So
I have a question for both of you guys. If you were in a relationship with someone, right, and you love this person, they cheated on you, both of you guys, do you guys think that you can fix that?
Did they cheat and then did they lie about it?
Yeah, that's.
I'm just gonna say they cheated and you found out and they were honest about it, but they didn't tell you outright.
They were gonna. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think I think that's a telltale sign to me that it's like, no, it was never meant for me then.
Yeah.
If that happens, it was never meant for me, so I'm off it.
Okay.
Okay, but if you were coming from a girl's perspective and you cheated on your girl, what would I mean? And your
I
girl
wouldn't.
cheated.
I'm an honest man. I'm gonna say, hey, you have to earn my loyalty because I know when I give it to you, it's going to be for you and you only.
Okay. If that happened to me, honestly, like, I don't know. I believe in second chances, but just don't ever do it again.
Why second chances? Do you think that cheating happens for a reason and that something should learn from it, or just because someone deserves a second chance?
Kind of both. Like, if you're going to cheat and then you're not going to tell me, but I'm going to find out about it, it's going to be an argument. It's going to be a whole wild thing. So if you never want that to happen again, don't ever cheat again and don't ever lie about it.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think there's 3 pillars to any great relationship is trust, loyalty, and respect. And when you lose trust, you can lose loyalty and even respect. But when you lose trust for that person, because just for them to go behind your back and be disloyal, there's no trust there anymore, for me at least. So I think that ruins the relationship. I tried that, you know what I mean? I've tried that with 2 different women and it didn't work out either time, you know, on both sides of the spectrum. So
it's definitely going to ruin that bond, but you're going to have to work your ass off to build it back.
And you got to ask yourself, is it worth all that mental energy and that stress, or is it worth just rebuilding something new? Because I don't know. I think certain people are built in innately, inherit certain qualities. And I think having a quality to just go behind somebody you say you supposedly loves back and do that to them, I don't think that's a quality I want to be with anybody. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely. Wait, was the question for me too?
No,
you're looking at me like
it's like they're not saying any wrong answers. It's crazy.
No, I agree with that, but I think one of the worst things about cheating, at least for women, is it's premeditated. Anything premeditated is a lot worse because I know for men, you be like, no, I don't want it, and then just like, oh shit, it's convenient. All right, fuck it. And for women, it's kind of like you have to muscle up your mental, your physical to cheat on a guy. So you really thought usually when a girl, I've heard to say, oh well, fuck it, I remember this guy's gonna take me out if you don't love me. That means you've been talking to him for months.
Exactly.
That's right.
Agreed.
That you just expose yourself when you say
lined up.
that you have a guy best friend or that this guy will do it if you don't. So if you've been entertaining him, and that's the thing that women don't realize, what you say will be used against you. Especially if you're talking to two dogs who know how the game works. Exactly. You can't work around this shit. So I think it's important that women understand like that is a double standard. But life is full of double standards. So let's be real. Nobody wants to hop out of the car when the tire busts. You're gonna be in the passenger while he's changing it. And you don't complain about that double standard. But when it comes to cheating and all this shit and dating a guy of certain caliber that is technically allowed because they're setting their standard and that's a preference and they are supporting a lifestyle that you want. You want everything he's offering, but you don't want what comes with it. And this is usually where the debate comes in because I know girls from Iowa who are like, wait, what? You mean Tawny, he's going to do that to me too? And I'm like, no, but like, he doesn't want more. You're also paying 50% of everything. So it's not the same.
Right.
You know, but if he was in this position, he would ask for the same fucking shit. Let's be real about that.
Yeah, all high value men that I know and hang around all think the same. You know, we all think the same. We protect and we provide, and we ask that you just be our piece from the war we go to every day. That's it.
Don't let Drew hear that because in her mind, she doesn't understand what war is. So.
So speaking of, I think Anwar, you have the video. Okay, cool. I think your mic's off, bro.
Yeah, it's good now.
All right, cool. So we're going to play this video. We wanted you both to react to this video. You guys both tell me what you think. He's going to play it now.
Oh gosh, shit. This is the video.
Yeah.
Yo, is that Gloria from Madagascar?
Bro, I like this guy.
Let's go.
Commercial. Like, this is TikTok. Let me cuss.
I feel that. Yeah, it just depends. Whoa. And it's really great with the gremlins. It's cool.
Yeah. And then the videos always do good because it doesn't seem like it's an ad.
Exactly.
But
yeah,
like,
you gotta
bringing you this.
Yeah,
today,
you gotta really like package it well so it looks nice, and it's like also not something you're doing all the time with no regular content in between. Yeah. But okay, we'll get into these videos now. So what we do here in the comment section is we bring videos that I was tagged in that are applicable to our top or whatever it may be.
I love this.
Okay, so this first one I'm just gonna describe it to you, but this guy duetted a video of Henry Cavill. You know Henry Cavill.
Oh, the Superman.
What? Oh, Superman? Before I even finish saying the name.
I was trying to confirm.
On a talk show, and there are clips of the host and his co-star Amy Adams talking about how Henry is talented and cute, joking about getting lost in his eyes, basically like talking about how handsome he is. And the guy making this video is like, this is unacceptable. Hashtag men's rights. Hashtag men's rights activist.
Men's rights to go to war and die.
All right, and there you go.
Ooh, girl.
So I want to get your opinions on that because we made a reaction video on that, and then she made a reaction video on our reaction video, which went viral. Actually, your reaction,
my TikTok.
Your TikTok went viral off that, and then she responded to it. So what do you guys think about that?
You first.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, at first glance of just both of them, you can tell who they are. You know what I'm saying? You can tell who they eat. You can tell what they don't do in the who they eat. You know what I mean? And I see people like that, and I automatically don't respect their opinion on anything. Why do you even deserve an opinion? You got all these fake acrylics. You got the fake eyelashes. You got probably fake hair. You got all this makeup. Like you're not even you. You're just putting a mask on to go out into the world so you can feel some type of way about yourself. And now you're instilled with this false confidence because you got people telling you, go girl. Yeah, you're 487 pounds. You go girl. Like you keep eating those Big Macs, girl. Yeah. You eat 4 cakes on your birthday. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. And I kind of zoned out for a little bit, to be honest. And then I just heard her say, oh yeah, men's rights is go to war and die. I kind of zoned out because I can't even listen to people like that. Yeah. It's like, you're not even attractive. I don't even want to watch the screen. Yeah. Like, you know, so it's just, yeah, as far as that goes, man, like she's just, you can tell she's way out of touch with reality. She hasn't been hit with reality. She probably hasn't had any amount of trauma or pain or strife in her life, and you can tell that that's the way it is. Her life's comfortable. It's real easy. She gets whatever she wants whenever she wants. She eats whatever she wants whenever she wants. She doesn't hit the fucking gym. You know what I mean? She's just probably has somebody that likes fucking fat bitches paying for her nails and all that shit. It's like, cool, that's you. I'm not for this new agenda. I want you to be a queen and act like a queen, and queens were never fucking fat ass bitches. So there's that.
All right. And also another thing I'd say is that I think people like, because like, for instance, that's what she said. She didn't get in trouble for that.
Yeah, crazy.
She actually has people on
canceled.
Yeah,
she should be canceled. That's cancel culture right there. Number one. Like you know why? Because men aren't going to even watch this. Men don't even watch that because she's not even pretty enough to look at for more than 3 seconds.
But men don't even really have so
we don't care
the chance to really have a voice on that. Like, what are men are going to cry about something like that? They're just like, all right, whatever.
We're not going to make enough noise because we're not emotional enough to go on fucking TikTok and make some video about it like women are with other reaction videos. That's the thing. If you can, it's like Drake, when Drake blew up, you know what I'm saying? He understood that if he could get the women to love him, that he could do whatever the fuck he wanted. Now he's making trap music. You know what I mean? Now he's got the hood and the women, but he understood he had to get the women first because they're going to be the ones to talk about them the most.
Agreed.
That's the trick. That's the trick in anything. Why did my TikTok blow up? Because it pertained to women.
Yep.
And it offended them. And then they told all their friends and all their little girlfriends and stuff. But I could say something about men. It's not going to offend them nearly as much, and they're probably not going to send it to the boys. Nope. You know what I mean? It's like, so that's what it really is. It's just that the emotional intelligence of men, we don't give a fuck to even watch this shit.
No, I agree.
Women are more emotional, we're more logical, so we just don't even care.
Right. Yo, he's been money all the fucking night.
I feel like we should have paid for this. Is this free?
What do you think about that?
About what she said?
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I don't have anything to say. Just like, if men need to go to war and die, then you need to get in the gym and break a sweat. Like,
all right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but she said that's the only right that we have is to go to war and die.
And that's disgusting.
Yeah. She wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
Because honestly, men have more rights than women.
What do you think makes a woman say something like that?
She's depressed, insecure, I don't know, sick in the head.
Right. When you say men have more rights than women, what do you mean when you say that?
Not rights. I meant like authority. Like, men are put to a higher tier in the world than women. That's what I meant to that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Wait, why do you think it's that way?
Honestly,
have you ever seen Women in Power? Have you ever seen how that turns out? You ever see? Does anyone ever want to get pulled over by a woman cop?
I don't.
A woman judge?
Did you see the video on TikTok where there's women police in Miami and the guys are just like, damn, take me to jail?
Yeah. It's practically a joke because they know how flexible women can be with their emotions when it comes to doing what's right and what they feel. And it tends to be clouded by what they should do. And it's unfortunate because anytime a woman is in power, they tend to lose control of their actual job as a woman. They turn into a man. And there's nothing worse I hate than when you try to do something that you're not.
Exactly.
Anytime I've seen a woman try to mask what she thinks a man is, it's been completely off. And that's why I think it's funny when everybody wanted to vote for. I'm not trying to get political here, but the whole vote for Hillary, they only wanted to vote for her because she was a woman. That was it.
The crazy thing is, I think she won the popular vote, if I'm not mistaken. That's crazy.
Because she's a woman.
But there's a lot more women than men too. Ricky Judy says, I'm here to support y'all. Guys, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you guys so much.
What up, Ricky? That's one of my students. Shout out, Ricky.
Oh, shout out to Ricky. Yeah, someone says her right is to go on a diet.
Facts, yo. Facts. I don't think you should have an opinion on anything if you're that big. Like, you're literally an inconvenience to anybody on any plane you get on ever.
You want to read out there? Because I know that you're supposed to be doing.
Crazy. That's so crazy to me.
Your mic is off, bro.
There's a lot of stuff to read.
Yeah, bro. You guys have the chat going.
I have a question for Takira. Dynamic Soul says, Takira, do you find masculine rich men over 30 attractive, and would you be his wife at 20, kids by 21?
I'm not gonna answer that question. Because
that's
I'm in a relationship.
Real. That's real. Wow.
Okay, and David impressive. Jones has a question for Eric and Josh. Would you hook up with a friend's mom?
I'll let Josh go first.
Did my friend say it was okay?
I've actually been in that situation. I've been at a friend's house and their mom literally hooked up with the guys. Like, I'm not kidding.
Oh.
And she's like 40 hooking up with like 20-year-olds. I'm like, bro.
I will say Miami is the only place where I see that it's nothing but old ass hoes, old ass cougars trying to justify that it's okay to be old hoe by herself. I hate to say this. Like, no judge, but judge in a sense where it's like, I think you're ultimately lying to yourself. I mean, I asked this chick today also. I talked to so much women today, and then she was an old cat. She was like, yeah, my plan is to do this within the next 5 years. I'm like, aren't you about to be a false? What the fuck you mean 5 years? Nowhere in this did you say you were trying to be, submissive, find a man that could maybe rub your back before you, croak over and die. None of that. I thought it was crazy. I was like, why are you still trying to make business plans at this age? Didn't you have 40 years to figure this out?
Right.
So I just think it's crazy that this Miami is probably one of the places that I've been to that it's so many older women. But don't get me wrong, you do look good. You will get smashed for sure. But I don't think you will find the Richard Gere that you're looking for because of your mentality of feeling like you need to flex on your money that you make and your education level. He can't take that shit in bed and make that as a leverage argument. Like, what is he supposed to do with that shit? So I think it's important that women realize, be smart, make your bread, whatever the fuck you want to do. But understand, no guy that you actually wants to hear what you're doing as far as with your education money, because he can't touch it anyways.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, men don't care about what women make, man. I've never dated a girl because she made money. I don't care about that type of stuff.
I wanted to be broke.
Yeah, me too.
I literally wanted to be broke because then I know I can be the one to take you around the world, take you to all the nice places and the dinners.
But you know what's funny with even hearing a man say that, and it's saddened me to know that even with that phrase, that even when it comes to men dealing with women, like you guys still are settling when you tell a girl, I'd rather you just be broke and dumb than think that you can be a power and then lose perception.
Not dumb, but she's definitely not going to make as much as me.
But in a sense where there's only really two options, because rarely do you find a girl in a space where she could think like you, but not use it against you, but also help you in a sense where it's like, oh, thank you for understanding me emotionally and mentally so that I don't have to explain myself. Usually if you're working your ass off in this environment that you're in, the girl that you're going to be with, she doesn't know what's going on. So all she can do is just cook and clean. And to a certain degree, if you really love someone, you rather have her like that, but then you're like, damn, if only she understood what the fuck I was going through so that I don't, so that she doesn't have to consistently, babe, can we do this weekend? Can we go out this weekend? You're like, babe, you trying to live good or not? Pick a struggle right now. We're trying to sacrifice. But to have a girl in between to understand that and not say, well, I'm a boss bitch. I understand how it feels to be. You don't want to hear that. Right. But you also want her to know how it feels like so she can be grateful of what you're going through. Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
It's rare to find that because any woman in that power, in that status, she'll use it against you. So even when a man says I just want a girl to just be submissive, be sweet, be broke, it's not demeaning. It's not degrading. It's just that is the best it gets because you can't even find the in-between. So it's whether she's going to be empowered and angry feminist chick or she's going to be the cute Bambi that just will trust you.
Yeah.
And that's in itself. Women don't even want that option. They're like, he wants me to do what? I'm like, bro, he's settling even when he says that and you're still not happy.
Yeah. Shout out to you for saying that because I'd rather take a Bambi any day.
Yeah, 100%.
Any day.
I don't want to deal with I have a CEO boss bitch that lives right next to me and she'll be banging on my walls and shit. But then I hear her at 3 a.m. arguing with her man, thinking she's the man of the house. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm literally sitting there in 9 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, multiple times I've heard it. And I'm like, yo, that's because she is that boss bitch. And her man doesn't know how to stand up to that because she probably makes more money than him. Yeah. So it's I would rather, maybe don't, and I'm not saying you gotta make $0. You know what I'm saying? You could have a little something going for you, but I don't want you being, you know what I'm saying, a multimillionaire on your own or whatever. I want to help you get to that point. I want to be the leader in that process. Gotcha. And then you're going to respect me for doing that. And now you're going to look up to me in a way. Yeah. And then there's a respect there, there's a trust there and there's a reliance on each other there. So,
yo guys, shout out to fucking Josh, man. We're definitely, guys, his link is going to be in a bio description. So go follow him, man. He's a fucking G.
Appreciate that.
Shout out to Shakira too.
Yeah, shout out to Shakira too.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's really rare to find women like her.
Rough right now. That's crazy. Yeah.
For sure. Do you feel like that your boyfriend? Did you know that your boyfriend was gonna be successful when you were with him?
So he does e-commerce, which I think I've told you guys that before. And he had the little cha-ching going off on his phone, right? And I was like, what is that noise? He was like, oh, it's just my bingo game. It's just my casino game on my phone. I'm like, okay. I literally had no idea. I had no idea he was going to become this person moving to Miami at the age of 18. And I don't know. Like it was just crazy to me when he was like, yeah, I'm going to move here and you're going to move here when you graduate high school. I was like, what? Like, what?
But do you see how like the beauty in that is the fact that she was young enough, not naive, but like innocent enough to be like, to just trust him.
Yeah.
Because a bitch with PTSD be like, give me your fucking phone, give me this shit.
No.
Then you would have ruined the whole the surprise of what he would have done for you.
I literally had no idea what it was until like 3 months of us talking, just in the talking stage. He was like, okay, he's finally going to tell me because he finally trusted me enough to tell me what it was and what he was doing.
Yeah.
I still had no idea at that point, like how much money was actually involved, like how much money he was making, but I knew what he was finally doing.
But you didn't ignore any other red flags. I think a lot of girls in that situation, we hear like, why do I have to trust this guy? But being in a relationship with him prior to those 3 months, you picked up on things where like, okay, green flag, green flag, green flag.
Yeah.
Only red flag is he likes video games in his phone. All right, whatever, not a big deal.
Right.
But it was a good gamble. And I think most girls are terrible at gambling. And that's why they usually end up with the worst result, because they want this guy so bad. They like his height. They like what he looks like on Instagram. And that's a terrible thing to judge a guy by, his Instagram. Look at his credit score, not his Instagram. And the problem with that is like, they end up with the bad result because they ignore these flags and then they get with the guy and then like, oh, he was a liar. He cheated. He was a narcissist. No, you ignored all the red flags. You, on the other hand, approved all the green flags.
For sure.
Agreed. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. Guys, I see the chats. Would I sleep with my friend's mom? I don't think I ever would, man. I've never wanted to. I've never seen any of my friends. Whenever I have friends, I don't look at their sisters, their girlfriends, their moms, their cousins as attractive. It's just like a code that I have.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what if I end up sleeping with your sister? Now, like, we're gonna have problems. You know what I mean?
Yo, all my boys used to threaten me with that, and I would always say, "Go ahead. If you can get her, you can have her."
Right.
But I know my sisters. You know. So
Right.
I use it as a joke, but
Yeah.
yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking.
Yeah. Since we're on that topic, let me ask you: why do you guys think people hook up with their friends' exes?
Because it's easy access.
When you say people, you mean guys?
So, like, let's say you have a friend, right? You break up with your boyfriend.
Okay.
Like, why is it that people usually go towards like their friends' ex-boyfriends? I find that so weird. It happens a lot here.
Oh, like for women, I think women's agenda is a lot different than men's agenda. You know, men's pussy was pussy, unfortunately, in that situation, if we're being completely blunt. But for women, it's just like a pure, like women can get very malicious. And women tend to compete with men again. They're competing with men. That's the biggest flaw to begin with. Like, we're not the same. The metric is not the same. So if you see a guy sleeping with your ex-homegirl, which you kind of didn't really like to begin with, to them, it sparks up a fire. And they're like, you know what? Touche, I can do the same thing. Right. What they don't realize, it is not the same. Once you have slept with anybody else other than the guy that you were previously with, you are done. Game is over. He's never taking you back. 1.
Agreed.
2, now you just broke the law, the creed, the honor. It was somebody that he knew.
Yeah.
Now his friend can use that against him. You are no longer of value. Like that was sloppy leftovers.
Yeah, but you're also not of value to the new guy.
Of course.
Yeah.
But, you know, for women, they don't realize that because the new guy is talking all this sweet game. Women love sweet sugar talk. Anything that makes their ears bleed, diabetes. They love that shit. So that's the problem with it. When you guys hear all this sweet talk and they begin its honeymoon phase. And that's why girls will be like, oh, he just changed. He did not just change. You ignore the red flags. It has always been there. And I think that's the problem. So women sleep with these guys, their homeboys, their exes, friends. That's a big, big, big L. Don't do that shit.
And for everybody, there's a statistic out there. Look into it yourself, but this is what I heard: that for every body a woman has, she's more likely to get divorced by 7 to 11%.
I've read that too.
So I mean, there you go. So you're gonna add another body out of revenge or whatever it is, or just out of jealousy or envy or whatever it is, and you're getting fucked, but you're ultimately fucking yourself.
Yeah, I fucking agree, and I read that too, man. It's crazy. Why do you think that women think that they can have? I've heard a girl literally say like, "Oh, I fucked him. Nah, he didn't fuck me. I fucked him." So it's like they're tricking themselves. Why do you think women do that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of men probably ain't making them feel like they're actually getting fucked because a lot of men probably don't know how to, and a lot of men probably just aren't dominant enough. I don't know in that sense of it, right? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of women love to lie to themselves, you know, and a lot of women's words don't align with their actions. Women's gonna come to you and pretend to be an angel every single time, you know. I don't think I've ever had a woman come to me and be like, "Hey, I am a whore." Like I'm a whore and I'm here to just break your heart, and I got 128 bodies and I'm chilling.
Holy
You know what I
shit.
mean? Like
128.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like whatever, just throwing some shit out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. And it's
But
out
it's a
here.
real number though.
Yeah,
so you
no,
don't,
it's out
you don't
here.
have to butter it up. It's a real thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think they just try to make themselves feel better, and it goes back to that being reborn thing. You know, it's like nah, like your past is your past, accept it, move on from it. But that's a part of your program, you know, whether you want to believe it or not. And you're going to struggle dealing with that lust or whatever it is for the rest of your life. And if you don't contain that, if you don't discipline that, you're going to fail everywhere else. And then you're going to wonder why you're 40 alone, broke, miserable, and no kids, no love in your life. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree. What do you think?
I agree.
It's hard, Eric. It's a hard panel
Yeah,
tonight.
no, this is great. Guys, if you guys have any last questions for Josh and Takira, please go ahead and ask them now. You guys have been, I think, is it fair to say that best guests ever? Like, holy shit.
You know what? There's two types of best guests. The other best guests is when they're so fucking delusional. It's just so much juicy content and incriminating things to get from, just to draw it from them. But this is refreshing in a sense where I'm like, there's hope for humanity. Is to say this is one person at a time. And if you guys don't like anybody in this room, then maybe you're the problem, because I mean, I like what I'm hearing and there is hope, and it's just logically it makes sense. And I think that people don't want to hear this. So I think that's one of the best panels in the sense where you didn't say shit last time you were here. You were just in shy mode. And
yeah,
so,
I'm a very shy person.
But that's good. Being shy, I think for women is a very nice, like it's very refreshing, because women feel the necessity to always peacock. Women don't need a peacock.
Honestly, I used to be like that, but then COVID hit, and then I was out of high school for like 2 years, and then I got socially awkward. So now I'm very shy.
Well, being shy is benefiting you, so keep that up. I don't know what he's doing to you in that place that you're living in, but continue doing that. Keep lunging her up. So that's great. Eric?
Yeah. Someone says most women do not want 100 bodies, right?
Excellent. I hope not.
I fucking hope.
Wait, to have one, or a guy?
No, that they don't want it. I agree.
Is that a
with
woman saying that, or
no? That's actually a guy.
Well, okay. Is this the thing with women who are hoes or promiscuous? They don't plan to do these things.
Exactly.
That's the shitty part. And it goes back to saying that women don't plan. They don't plan on where to go when they're driving, what they plan to do when they go on girls' night out. They don't plan shit.
They got to plan at some point, though, right?
They don't.
After,
the only
I
plan
know,
women take is plan B. I had to tell you this.
No,
shit.
I'm sorry. We're talking about bodies, right?
Yes, but
Like-
I'm saying, but they don't. It's like being labeled like criminals. Criminals don't plan to be caught and then
Right.
labeled and handcuffed. They don't plan these things. They just do like, fuck, I was having sex and it got too good. I strangled her. She died, and now I'm a criminal.
Yeah.
They didn't plan these things. The thing with hoes is they don't plan to be hoes. They're shocked that they even get labeled a hoe when you call them one. They're like, whoa, I was just having fun here.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It adds up, because to them, like, what do you mean? What am I doing that's so bad?
Mhm.
Because to them, they're not doing anything that's worth in their life, like worth fulfilling. You know, there's no velocity. They're just bored. So like, let me just fuck my way through. This is the most dopamine I'm gonna get for the day. So let's pile this shit up. It's almost like corn for men. So unfortunately, that's what women do, and they don't realize it does come with a consequence. It comes with the fact that people are going to label you. Hey, I heard you do this. You've been here. This is how it looks like on you. Is it not true? And half the time, it's just unfortunate. Like the girl we had here yesterday. Based on her person, I was very shocked at how sort of innocent she was mentally, but her Instagram displayed the opposite. At that point, I'm like, babe, you probably should have just did the whole 9, because it kind of sucks to be that innocent mentally, because women, again, it proves that they don't mean to be hoes. They just come off as it, and then everything they do following adds up to it. So you can't really fight it, because the evidence shows that you are a hoe. So if you guys are wondering where hoes came from.
Yeah.
Welcome to TED Talk.
Someone has a question for Josh. It said, Josh, how often do you get called toxic?
Not really. I don't really get called toxic that much, to be honest. I mean, if I'm called toxic, it's because I instilled boundaries in the relationship that the girl doesn't agree with, because she already had lied to me 2 or 3 times, and I'm just like, I'm off it. You know, now you're gonna call me toxic because I'm like, look, I can't give my energy to somebody like that. Like, sorry, now you're gonna call me toxic. Okay, that's cool. That's you in denial. You gotta project on me, which you really gotta deal with yourself, and that it is what it is. But I mean, I know I'm not toxic. I know that if something comes along worth my time, I'm gonna give it my time, and and if something doesn't, I'm not. So yeah.
There's something that you said earlier. You said that that men have to go to war.
Yeah.
Right. And that everything that you want comes while you're going to war. Like you go to the gym, you're going to war, right? You're going to war with your body. You want to get a career, you're going to war.
Right.
Man, that's something that's very profound. I think a lot of people in this chat should really look into that, because a lot of people are just stagnant. They're complacent. They don't really know what they want to do. They get stuck. They get depressed. And so, yeah, guys, make sure you follow him on Instagram and Takira as well. We're gonna close up here soon. Any closing statements that you want to make?
You said stagnant. I truly don't believe in stagnation because we have something called time that is part of this matrix we live in, this reality. And I think every day you're either going up or down. You know, did you do conducive things towards where you want to go today, or did you take a step back? You know, and I think ultimately you have to have that upward trajectory, and make sure that's in line. But I don't believe in stagnation. You know, I think people think they're being stagnant, but it's like, no, you're getting older, so you're not really stagnant because you're running out of time. Yeah. You're actually going backward. If you think you're stagnant, you're going backwards.
Man,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. What about you? Any closing statements? No.
Great podcast tonight.
I want to know what your thoughts on this podcast, this episode, this experience being here. Just so the chat knows how you guys feel that nobody here was a hostage or Stockholm syndrome.
Oh no, we're here on our own will.
Yeah. I came willingly.
Okay. Well, this was a great episode. I actually very much enjoyed this. I'm speechless a bit.
Yo, Josh, you're gonna have to come back, bro. I'm just telling you.
I'm down,
now.
bro.
Yeah,
I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah, you've definitely.
Yeah, have him here with a different girl.
Yeah, we're gonna. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get like a really toxic stripper.
I don't know how I feel about this because I might eventually just get replaced. We're
just gonna. He's
gonna be sitting here, and I'm gonna be at the door.
We're just gonna get like a real toxic stripper, and then we'll just have. She's gonna not agree with anything you say.
I want
to. We should. You know what? That fat girl that made that.
Bring her on,
comments.
Bro.
She actually messaged me.
Bring her on.
She was actually messaging us.
Hello, let's go. Bring her on.
I want to see that episode.
Yeah,
let's make it happen.
Have to do it.
I might have to hit her up. But guys, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching W Pod today, man. Everybody here was amazing. We'll check you guys out tomorrow, and hopefully you guys have a great night. Take care.
Later.
Bye.
Great job, guys. Holy shit, Josh.